Pet insurance. Is it worth it? What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am a golden retriever mom of 2. My Goldens are 1 and 2 years old. It has now been just over a full year since we have had pet insurance. So today I'm going to be talking all about it and giving you a review if I think that it is personally worth it to have. In this video, I'm going to cover a lot of things. I'm going to talk about what it is, how to submit a claim, what it covers, what it doesn't cover, some limitations to consider, as well as do a deep dive in the plan that we chose with the company that we chose, how much we paid for the pet insurance versus how much we actually got reimbursed. If you are new to the channel and you enjoy dog content, please make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of the videos that I post, and feel free to give a little love tap on the like button down below if you're excited to get started. But first things first, there are so many companies to choose from, lots of options. We have Embrace, Pets Best, Lemonade, Trupanion, ASPCA, Spot, Healthy Paws, Liberty Mutual, Allstate, Geico, Fetch, MetLife, USAA, Petco, AKC, Pumpkin, the list goes on and on. You also are able to add on pet insurance onto your homeowner's insurance, especially if you already have home and auto on the same insurance. You might get a discount by adding on the pet insurance. As far as I can tell, everyone gives you a free quote. You do not have to pay for it. And basically, they just ask for some basic contact information. They ask about your pet. They ask their age, their name, their breed. Sometimes they will ask you what vet you go to, and they will also potentially ask you your physical address. So why would you get it? Why would your dog need pet insurance? So a lot of different things. Your pet might ingest a foreign object, whether it's a sock, a battery. They're curious creatures. There's a lot of things that I've heard about dogs swallowing before. Maybe they have a laceration, maybe they got injured, maybe there was a motor vehicle accident, maybe they were poisoned, or maybe it's something else like an illness of cancer, digestive issues, some type of infection. There's several different reasons why you might want pet insurance. Obviously, try to be as careful as possible, but life does and can happen, unfortunately. So how popular is getting pet insurance? Is this a common thing? Do a lot of pets have this? From what I've been able to find online, about 24% of pets are insured. As of 2020, that's 3.1 million pets in the United States, and dogs represent 83% of that total. Now, some limitations, some considerations to think about. Every plan, of course, is going to be a little bit different, so you definitely want to read the fine print, read into everything so that you're able to really find the plan, the company that best suits you, your situation, your breed, etc. So plans will have a minimum age requirement. This will be either 6 or 8 weeks. Ideally, if you're going to be getting pet insurance, you want to get the pet insurance as soon as possible, just because that way they can't fight pre-existing conditions. If there's a pre-existing condition, there's a good chance that the pet insurance will not cover it. Speaking of age, there's also sometimes a maximum age limit. I've seen this up to 13 or 14 years of age. Most policies do have a 30-day money-back guarantee if you want to kind of dip your toe in it a little bit, but you're not really sure if you want to actually stick to it or not. Some also will require you to have a vet exam first before getting a policy. Some may offer a multi-pet discount, which is really nice. Some of them do offer a 24/7 helpline if you need to talk to somebody at any time. The reimbursements sometimes can take minutes, they can take days, or they can take up to several weeks in order to get your money back. Some plans will let you see any vet, some are more specific, some will let you see specialists, some won't. Obviously, that's something to consider with your location. Now, if your dog does have knee injuries or hip dysplasia, there could be a 6-month up to a 12-month waiting period before you're able to submit claims. There might be other conditions that are like this too, but just from the research that I did, that's the only extended period that I've seen. It might take a few weeks from enrollment to actually get your pet accepted, and there also is usually a grace period or waiting period before you're actually able to submit a claim. You want to make sure that you're planning in advance, because if you have something going on too soon, it likely isn't going to be covered yet. There are also some really nice perks that some insurances do offer that I came across, so I'll give you 2 examples here. If you file a claim with Fetch Pet Insurance, your premiums will not go up, nor will your coverage be reduced. However, if your pet goes a long time without getting sick or injured, you may receive a discount on your premiums. Healthy pet discounts go up to 30%, which obviously can save a lot of money. Another example, for Embrace, each year you go without an accident or illness claim payment, you will receive a $50 reduction on your deductible at no extra cost. Now let's talk about plans. Just like health insurance for humans, there are 3 basic things that you're going to be looking at. You're going to be choosing your maximum annual coverage, your deductible, and your reimbursement percentage. It's super easy to file a claim. You can just upload it right on the website. You can ask for a form physically. You take a photo of the receipt from your vet bill, and then you give a detailed explanation of what the situation was, sign it, submit it, there you go. Most of the plans cover relatively the same type of things, but there are some additional optional plans that reimburse for services such as wellness exams, training, grooming, vaccines, and more. Now let's get into what we personally chose, our personal experience. With our 2-year-old, we did not get pet insurance. We weren't really sure if it was something that we should do or not. We were kind of on the fence, so we held off. So once we got our second golden, we decided to get them both insured right away. We ended up going with the ASPCA for our pet insurance. Our policy covers accident and illness coverage. Our annual limit is $5,000. Our deductible is $500, and the reimbursement percentage is 70%. So this is a policy per dog. I did not add on any preventative care coverage. For me personally, it doesn't really seem worth the extra cost. Now breaking down per dog, for Larcy, our premium total is $333.72. Our initial payment was $29.81. Our payment frequency is a 12-month payment period for the amount of $27.81. Larcy is the 2-year-old golden. And then for Koba J, our 1-year-old golden, her premium total is $300.36. Hers is $33.36 cheaper because we were eligible for the multi-pet discount of 10%. The initial payment for her was $27.03. We are set up on a 12 monthly payment schedule of $25.03. The payment method that I chose was a credit card for the sole purpose of wanting the cash back, so that way I save a little bit extra. Now let's talk about what is actually covered for the accident and illness benefits. The annual costs for the covered expenses are related to the diagnosis and treatment of injuries resulting from an accident up to the annual limit that is noted. So in order to get any of this paid, I have to first reach my $500 deductible, and I cannot get reimbursed any more than my max of $5,000 per dog. So what's covered? Alternative therapy when it's performed by a veterinarian or when they are supervising the staff. End-of-life expenses, IV fluids and medications. Medical supplies such as bandages, casts, splints, MRIs, CT scans, x-rays, poison control consultation fees. If you do not know the hotline number for poison control, I will put that on the screen. Make sure you add it into your phone. Prescription food to treat covered conditions. This is not for general health maintenance. This is not for prevention. Prescription medications that are prescribed by a veterinarian, and they also need to be approved by the FDA. Stem cell therapy, supplements that are, again, needed to treat a condition, surgery and hospitalization, tooth extractions, veterinary treatment, which includes the examinations, consultations, and laboratory tests. In addition to that, on the illness side, it will cover any cancer treatments such as the chemotherapy or radiation, as well as treatment that is related to a behavioral health issue. This needs to be performed by a veterinarian or through a written referral by a veterinarian. In addition to that, our policy does cover microchip implantation. Now, let's talk about what's not covered. So it will not pay for any costs associated with or resulting from any of the following: any aesthetic, cosmetic, endodontic, or orthodontic dental treatments, anal sac, anal gland expressions, boarding, breeding, pregnancy, nursing, conditions that occur during the wait period, cosmetic and elective procedures such as removing a claw, ear cropping, or tail docking, dental cleanings, unless it's used to treat a covered illness or covered by an applicable endorsement, experimental or investigational treatment, funeral services, memorial items, grooming supplies, herbs, house call fees, illness or injury resulting from a malice or negligent activity, any ligament or knee conditions if they occurred prior to the effective date of the coverage or during the wait period, any non-medical supplies like their toys, leashes, ramps, bedding, etc., any non-veterinary services. It won't cover any organ or heart valve transplants, no pre-existence, any prescription pet food, diets, treats, whatever that are used for general maintenance, preventative care without an occurrence, any supplements or vitamins that are used for prevention or general health maintenance, any training or training devices, any treatment when the veterinarian is actually you or the co-owner of the account, and it will not cover any vet expenses that are related to organized fighting, law enforcement, guarding, personal protection, or racing. This is a breakdown of what my particular plan covers. All of them are going to be a little bit different, but this gives you a really good idea of what is generally typically covered for the average plan. Now let's go into what I actually used it for and what claims I ended up submitting. So for Larcy, my 2-year-old golden, I did not submit any claims at all for her. For Koba J, the 1-year-old golden, I submitted 2 claims. First claim was in August. This was for an unknown issue. We still to this day have no idea what was going on. Long story short, she was having a lot of issues where she had all this liquid like leaking out of her. You would think that she was peeing, but it did not look like urine. It did not smell like urine. It was an alarming amount of liquid that was coming out of her body. That was the main issue. But the vet bill for that was $591.95, and we were reimbursed $64.37. So because the deductible per dog, like I said, is $500, we needed to meet that first. So basically we got the 70% reimbursement of the $91.95, which ended up being the $64.37. The second claim was submitted in November when we got Koba J spayed and microchipped. So this vet bill was $490 even, and the reimbursement for this was $41.30. Because they do not cover a procedure such as a spay or neuter, that was not covered, but the microchip was covered. Now let's do some math. Was it actually worth it to have the pet insurance? So the total cost of paying for insurance for Larcy and Koba J for the first year was $634.08. The total reimbursement that we got from what we submitted in the 2 claims was $105.67, which means that it's a difference of $528.41 in the whole. So overall, I spent more paying for their pet insurance than I did getting anything back. Obviously, I can look at that 2 ways. Yeah, I spent a lot of money that I could have just saved and not worried about the pet insurance, but also I had the pet insurance if God forbid I were to need it, and thank gosh I did not really need it for anything too crazy that was going on. I'm not going to say I don't 100% think that having pet insurance is not worth it, because again, you never know. But do I also think that maybe it would be a smarter idea to just stick to their savings account and just pull money out of there if we were to need it? Yeah, I do. That's my personal opinion. That's my personal experience. I'm sorry this is a longer video. It's really detailed, but I wanted to give you as much information as possible so that you can make an informed decision on if this is something that you really want to do for your dog or not. If you did find this video helpful, make sure you let me know by hitting the thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. I'm a diehard dog mom that posts a lot of dog mom and lifestyle content, so if that is something that you enjoy watching, then feel free to stick around. I do post every single Sunday, so I hope to see you right back here next Sunday for another video. Bye guys.